Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday's Truth with Alonda Hassel. So, I wanted to talk about choices. We tend to think, especially those of us who are in leadership, and I don't even want to differentiate with that because in some way, all of us are in leadership, be it with your family, you're in leadership, your children, at your job, in your ministry, whatever, if you own a business or any of those things. So in some instances, we all, are sort of in leadership roles in one way or another. And I clarify that to say that we have to be cognizant, be aware that when we make private choices to do something, private choices to say something, to be in a place, to wear something, to engage in something, we have to be aware that public consequences come with that. And we live in a time where if you post it, if people see it and they can record it or take a photo of it and post it, then it's fair game, right? Anybody and everybody can talk about it, and anybody and everybody do. They definitely talk about it. And people sometimes get frustrated because they're like, it's my private life, it's my personal ideas, my personal thoughts, my personal choices. And you're right, they are. However, because you walk in leadership, because you have authority in some areas of your life over other people, then it makes your choices become public consequences. And I'm not saying that they're necessarily negative, but I guess my thing is when we know our worth, we make sure that our private choices don't destroy the public's perception of who we are, that our private choices are sort of guarded or led by, of course, morals and values and those things, but also knowing that whether you want to be a role model, whether you want to be, a leader in your community, whether you want to do any of those things, you are. And so we have to be very mindful of how we move, how we deal with people, how we, just the choices we make. And even though you may be making a choice that is very personal for you, and you can do that, just know, I guess I want to say, with that comes public scrutiny, public opinion, public consequences. You may lose some people who you had in your corner. You may gain some new people, but just be aware that those are some of the residual effects of making very private choices. And it is what it is. There's no getting around that. And you can argue and say, it's my life and I do what I want to do and I do how I want to do with who I want to do. And you're absolutely right. But there are consequences that come with that. Again, both negative and positive. So I just wanted to say that. Be careful because when you know your worth, you have great influence. When you are confident and you are sure of your value, and that's what we want. That's my joy of trying to help all of us understand our value and do it confidently and live in our truth of that. But know that when you do that, you've got great influence over people that perhaps you never thought you would, because of the confidence that you exude, because of the life you live, knowing your worth. So just be aware of the choices you make and what you choose to make public, but also what could leak into public and sort of change the perception for others about you. And some people may say, I don't care. I do. And I just want people to take heed and be aware that you have great influence, whether you think you do or not. And it may be the little people that you're raising who you have influence over, or maybe people that are watching you on social media, or watching you in ministry, or watching you wherever at your job. You have influence because you know your worth. And so be careful that your private choices don't alter negatively your public perception, and cause you to have negative consequences. All right, a little, not too heavy, but just real quick. All right, that is my Tuesday's Truth. Next Monday, we are having a ladies chat post Know Your Worth conference. And so I would love to have you all come and be a part. I will make sure I share the link to the Evite so that you can come and be a part of the live audience. Okay, I love you guys. Have a great Tuesday.